I wanted to give enough time for that letter to be sure. So this is from a woman who contacted my office at 3:14, just 9 minutes ago. She said, she's a former teacher. She said, LB550 creates an accountability issue for teachers, administrators, school boards, and the state itself. Most glaringly, anytime students are taken off school grounds, whether by teachers or other individuals, there are safety issues regarding the child's safe transport to an identified location and safe transport when returning to the school grounds and reporting directly to the assigned location. This puts added unnecessary obligations on teachers, staff, and attendance personnel, as well as teachers and administrators should there be a missing child, issues with inclement weather, and unforeseen disruptions in the routine. Anyone who has worked in an elementary school or with busing issues knows how many things can come up with just transportation alone. Allowing such disruption, in addition to safety concerns, makes this idea a non-starter. As a retired teacher, I'm frustrated with the idea that children, again, can be so easily opted out of the classroom, denying teachers their allotted time to communicate their assigned curriculum goals that parents, administration, school districts, and the state will hold them accountable for. This is what's missing in attracting teachers to teach, the lack of respect for what they are paid to do. And she goes on, in addition, this bill is another backdoor to proselytizing in public schools. Why does it allow the providers of this program to sue a school district? What? Simply not acceptable in a democracy. Please do not allow this bill to advance with provisions for off-grounds daytime religious instruction. Thank you for considering my thoughts. That's from a woman named Carol, so thank you, Carol, for sharing that with us. I'll also lift up something that Senator Merman mentioned in his previous remarks. Yes, we did have the Church of Satan come and testify in support of this bill because they are interested in starting a program to take your kids out of school during the day for satanic religious instruction. Under this bill, if this advances, that's something that, you know, I do believe that they will do. And I do think that there will be kids in some public schools who will be taken out of school by the Church of Satan for lessons because that's how the Church of Satan operates. They're kind of provocative, they're trolls, they like to take laws like LB550 and show you what those laws really mean. If you are allowing kids to go with this business, this company LifeWise, in the fun red bus with the free t-shirt for the popcorn party, yeah, they'll pick up the kids too, and they'll have the children of parents who are fine with their kids going to Satanist religious education to prove the point. So yeah, just look at the road we're walking down here. Think about that. From an article in Slate, there was a big, you guys can do a little bit of research on this. In Ohio, there was a really big dust up with LifeWise, this company that LB550 was written as a favor to, this business LifeWise. And this article says, LifeWise students are bullying their non-LifeWise peers by saying they're going to hell. Kids are feeling left out when their friends return from the program with chocolate, lollipops, and free t-shirts. Parents raise concerns about hiring practices. By the way, the people who are involved in LifeWise doing this education, colleagues, they do not have to have education training. They do not need to be licensed teachers. They don't need to be licensed childcare, anything. They can just be whoever, Joe Schmo, who wants to talk about Jesus to the kids. Parents describe kids who didn't opt into the Bible program being plunked into classrooms without instruction while their classmates are away. Quote, "You know that there are good Christian people out there who think they are just sending their children to sing Jesus Loves Me and color pictures," said Molly Gaines, a Parents Against LifeWise group member. Quote, "And that's not what's happening. These kids are coming home and crying about burning in hell." LifeWise was also a sponsor this year for Turning Point USA's Believers Summit. And the Heritage Foundation and the Family Research Council, which are both Project 2025 signatories, have hosted LifeWise on their podcasts. Their funders include Patriot Mobile, which is a wireless company that funds conservative causes. So, colleagues, this isn't about... Thank you.
Time, Senator. Senator Juarez.